Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to our AngelBobsOmni playthrough. So, first with a couple small announcements. Just first I wanted to comment on the fact that I know these videos have been coming out a little more slowly than they were for a while. You guys know how life can get. My goal is at least a few videos a week. That's kind of the baseline. And then when I can, I love to do them every day, but that isn't something I can commit to at this moment. So sorry if that's been a little disappointing. I know for a little while I was coming out with like 2 or 3 a day, which was a lot of fun to do. But I don't know if they'll be coming out quite that fast. Second comment is about Twitch. I know some of you also follow me on Twitch and enjoy the Twitch streaming, and that's also something I haven't been able to make happen. Life is kind of just not a consistent schedule right now, so hopefully soon it will return to a more consistent schedule and I can kind of get back into the normal swing of things. So definitely stay tuned to my Twitter and Twitch. I promise I haven't given up on it. I just won't be streaming a ton probably in the next couple weeks, but it will pick up again. And I'm thinking about doing Kerbal Space Program or potentially getting into some other automation games, potentially doing some Factorio. I know I talked about Oxygen Not Included. I feel like there was another game that I was thinking about streaming. I can't remember what it is right now. But in any case, I promise I'll get back to it. So, on with the AngelBobsOmni. We recently got this all set up. So we've got silver plates and green catalysts, which is going fairly slowly. But it is going. These buildings right now are the slowdown, so I can always copy that if I need to. But as soon as we get blue science, we're going to have entirely different ways to do all this. So it's kind of, just a temporary build. So silicon ingots is probably the next thing I'm going to do, since that actually comes from here. We already have the silicon omnitic salt. And what's weird is I have to hope that I have enough of it. Because I can't make silicon omnitic salt directly yet. And I'm already maxed out on tin. Like, I don't need any more tin. So I may have to put some circuits in here that make extra tin that go into a chest if I run short on silicon. But for now, I can just add in 2 more buildings. I guess the spacing here is just 3. So... because if I paste that, it would change these recipes, which I don't want to do. But for now, I can just kind of copy what I've already got set up here and make some silicon. Unfortunately, these belts are a little bit in the way. It's kind of annoying. Let me move this over by a few squares. Ooh. Oh, okay. I thought that said crushed stone for a second. I was like, I'm out of crushed stone again. Okay, we don't want tin in the copper line, that's for sure. And get the lead going. Okay, so then for this one, I think I'll do something a little bit more compact. And I'll just use inserters to balance things out, like so. And then we need to switch this over to silicon ore. Switch these over to silicon crystals. And copy... I guess copy this whole setup right here. And now I have to use the new pipes because they're different pipes. Turn that one and then destroy it. That. And then a 2-way. So that's all Omni Sledge. Face that way. These are the wrong. We want silicon omnide. There we go. And then Wow, I really screwed this up. That should be a one-way. I'm just lucky that these two are far enough away that they never mixed. So what I really want is this turned that way, and we'll just move it over then. Wow, somehow I got the stone brick instead of the pipe. And then this one will just be a one-way, facing to the left. And then we just need water hooked up, which is easy. And the Omnine, Omnine shards go across. Get power going here. And I think that does it. And then we simply need a filter inserter for the silicon omnitic salt. Bust that over. And we should see silicon ore after all that. And let's see, 1 salt makes 120 solution, 120 solution makes 10 crystals, and 10 crystals makes 12, 13 ore-ish, 13.3 ore. And so if I have about 1,000 salt, that's about 13,000 silicon ore. How much silicon ore goes into these things? Not a ton. Looks like about 1 ingot per 4 maybe. So 13,000 silicon ore would be times 4. What is that? 40, 50,000 red circuits. All right, so that should last me a little bit. Gonna have to kind of hack in a little solution here because I don't have room for the belt. There we go, silicon ore. And where do I have room to process it? So what's the silicon ingot process look like right now? Just silicon and carbon. Do I have carbon anywhere? I feel like I do. Right here. I could probably fit it up in the top right, but that's a lot of belting. I might just have the carbon... Oh yeah, because there's carbon right here. So I might just do it right here in between these two. So we'll go down and over with the carbon, and then up with the silicon. I can't process silicon ore yet, I don't think. Silicon ore... Ingredient in silicon ingot, process silicon. Yeah, I don't have that research yet. That requires... Oh, wait. Hold on. I think I can research it. Is it worth it? It would require hydrogen chloride gas. Six. Oh. What the heck? Oh, the trichloro... Gotta zoom in my eyeballs. Trichlorosilane. Trichlorosilane. Maybe silane because it's silicone. I don't know. Either way, I failed to notice that the processed silicon actually makes a gas in the chemical furnace, and then that gas... Or is that a liquid? I think that might be a liquid. The way that the icon is, it doesn't have the little curvy tip. It's more the teardrop liquid shape. So I think that makes a liquid. And then we actually mix... I mean, I'm going to research it either way. I need to do all sorts of researches, but I'm trying to figure out... So 1 ingot is 1 ore. So then we would use 6 ore and 90 of this triclo stuff to make 24 ingots. that 90 is 3/4 of this, which is 6 processed silicon, which is 12 ore. So it is 18 ore making 24 ingots. Wow. It didn't seem like it, but it's actually the exact same ratio. I just don't know if I honestly care enough to do all that. I'm just going to go with the blast furnace. Blast furnace, induction furnace, and what's the rate we need for all this? The rate's pretty small, 1.3 ingots per second. I think I'm going to go with just one blast furnace for now. And I've run out of ingredients, which is not good. Stone bricks. Soon we will have our wonderful little bots that will bring us stone bricks. Won't have to do this anymore. Oh, my poor inventory. And that's still there, that hand. So that did not go away by loading my save. If anyone knows what that is, let me know, because that's taking up an inventory slot, which is not a good thing. And I really need to get rid of a couple things. I mean, I've got Protinium chunks, I've got geodes, I've got all sorts of stuff I don't want. I've got all this bio stuff. Maybe I should have like a warehousing. Yeah. I'll probably have a provider silo somewhere near the middle of my base. So maybe like in this corner. And let's just get rid of stuff. Still don't know what that is. I can't move it. Can't click on it. It is a strange thing, to be sure. Get rid of all this. Get rid of those guys. That's looking a lot better. Alright, stick with that. I think that's good. Yeah, maybe I don't need 2 silver plates. Okay, so back to this. I need a casting machine. Maybe 2? Are they 1.5 per second? I think so. Probably 2 casting machines. Alright, so blast furnace, silicon, ingot. We load in the carbon and the fuel. And then here we load in the silicon. Then we've got an induction furnace. Load in the ingots to that. And then 2 casting machines. Making... Oh, shoot. Oh, there is no such thing as a silicon plate. I'm an idiot, right? Yeah, this is silicon plates, basically. There is silicon carbide, which we need later, which comes from powdered ingots. So eventually we'll need the ingots in the network. But for now, we just need this monosilicon stuff and nitrogen, which I'm currently venting nitrogen, which is kind of interesting. I might just have another chemical plant here. And this one vents the oxygen because I need this whole stuff. And how many do I need per second? I need 1.34 monosilicon. This makes 1. So I actually need 2 of these guys. And the monosilicon seed gets combined with it. So this goes on a little belt. And then this will go in. The nitrogen's a little complicated. Thank goodness for these advanced pipes, because I can do that. And then have an I extender, because that's a little too far. And then an L connection to there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so that'll work. There we go. Monosilicon and silicon seeds. Okay. And then we need to get that down to here, which is actually easier said than done. Guess I could come across. Come down. Oh, geez, that did not do what I wanted it to do. Okay, so this we'll have this come across right here. And honestly, this should all be on one side of the belt. I'm just making things harder on myself by two sides. And I could probably put lead on one side of the belt. Why don't I just combine it with the lead belt? Although I do like to have separate belts. It makes for easier loading into the warehouse. So we'll just have this belt here. And then there we go. And then we'll just load in the extra stuff. And then we need a corner, drop tile, pickup tile. Connect up. This guy, monosilicon, is less than. Let's go with 4 grand. Seems reasonable. Let's stack to 200. Alright, we got there. Okay, so silicon ingots, actually all the way through monosilicon is finished, so I can take these off. Oops, I deleted the wrong thing. No, I didn't. That was this molten silicon. Now, I should have... We still have time. Let me see, is monosilicon used for anything else? Monosilicon. Crap. It's not. So should I just transport silicon wafers at that point? It's 1 to 6, so we definitely are transporting a much denser, because that's basically 1,200 silicon wafers rather than 500 per stack. And the silicon wafers are pretty easy to create on site. Huh. Yeah, 8 per second is a lot more to deal with than 1.34 per second. So actually, I think I'm okay with this. I'll just transport the monosilicon. Crushed cortinium. Yeah, that's fine. And okay, so ammonia and resin is the next big thing. So this whole chain right here, which requires methanol, green metal catalysts, red metal catalysts, and coal. I think everything else is, yeah, the ammonia is here. Carbon dioxide is the coal. Formaldehyde comes from the methanol, and the urea comes from CO2 and ammonia. Okay. So I've already got the 2 catalysts and coal in the network. So wherever I'm making resin, I probably want to make it near the methanol. I totally almost just got hit by a train. Not that a train almost hit me, but I wasn't paying attention, and if there had been a train, I would have gotten hit by it. All right, so methanol, we just want to siphon off of our plastic. and provide it. Should I just make resin right here? Honestly, that doesn't seem like a horrible idea. It's kind of a, I don't know what you would call it, but it's kind of a petrochemical process is maybe the phrase I'm looking for. So let's just make this its own chain. And as soon as we need more resin, we will have the ability to improve this vastly anyway. So we will request the coal and the catalysts, and we'll just make it right up here. It's going to be a pretty small-ish setup. We're going to make the request threshold smaller. Ugh. I almost feel like making a separate requester, because I don't want this to request Omnite constantly. But the amount of catalysts I need is so small. I don't want huge requests. So I'm gonna finish out these rails. I don't know if I have enough so that I can make another station, honestly. I think this would be something I would just use the bot network for, because the numbers are so small. But I don't really have a bot network yet, so here we are. Make some more signals. Okay. I might have enough rails. I think we'll get there. Maybe not. Oh man, it's very close. I can handcraft 20. That might actually be enough. All right. Gotta finish this piece. Looks like most of the rest of this intersection's there. Okay. Got it. Got all that done. Got all this done. Okay. And is that it? Yes. Okay, we got there. Just barely enough. Alright, so I'll make another station in that corner. I'm out of steel, so I need to grab some of that. Otherwise, I can't even make a warehouse. There's a crushed protinium thing driving by. Take some more rails while I'm here. Restock on some stuff. I need some more iron. Got to get rid of my tin ore and lead ore. Let's just do that real quick. That's silicon, lead, tin. Okay. Alright, so then I need a few chemical plant type things. I need a warehouse for the station. There might be some sort of circuit magic I can do to change. Like, I could have... Let's just think about it for a moment, see if it could be worth it. So this, or I should look at a requester station, but essentially the requester station, its job is to just constantly provide this negative 6,000 Omnite. And then the request threshold is at 4,000, saying, hey, if your Omnite number gets essentially, can we see the signal? Let me attach it real quick. So right now the Omnite number is negative 3.4 thousand. That means I'm missing 3,400 Omnite. And then that signal, that blue requester chest signal, is saying, hey, I only want you to send a train if anything is missing more than 4,000. And so essentially, the complication is that if you want to request different numbers of things, then you can't really mess with the request threshold. I guess if you only ever needed lower of one item, you could lower the request threshold for a moment, but then it would request a bunch of the other thing that you want a high request threshold for, so that's not going to work. So the only thing you can manipulate is the signals themselves. So what you could do is, rather than having the constant combinator with Omnite, you could have a decider combinator. Actually, is this... This is why we're considering it, is because it might actually be this easy. So you could have a low request threshold on everything, but things you want a high request threshold for, you could pass through here. You could say Omnite is less than... Okay, so for now we're imagining that doesn't exist. And we're not actually hooking up the warehouse to this. Yeah, okay. So then if the Omnite falls to below 1,000 Omnite, then we will request... here's the problem. I can't set the number here. So then we'll just send the Omnite signal. And then we would need an arithmetic combinator to say, okay, I want Omnite. So then input is Omnite. So if it's sending the Omnite signal, then that means we are requesting 6,000 Omnite. And then we pass that to here. And that should do it. So it's actually not too bad. And then you can change your request threshold to 200 or something. Okay. Okay. I like that. That does mean I need to hook this up with a red wire, because now I'm going to do some other requests. So I think I just solved the problem. That's actually not too bad. I should probably put that in here as large request. Or just different threshold request. Because I guess you always want to have this one set to the smaller threshold, so it is always going to be for bigger thresholds that we use this. So if we have one material or 2 or 3 materials that we need a ton more of, we just pass them through this, and then we can use the same station. I'm 90% sure that's going to work the way I want it to. I guess we'll see. So we want red metal catalysts, and I'll just do 300. And then we want green metal catalyst. And I'll do 300. And I'll do coal. And I'll do 400. Now, green metal catalyst not found. What? Did I? I never hooked up the warehouse. That's kind of disappointing. I'll have to go do that. I'll do that now, so I can actually see this working. But yeah, okay, so we all just learned, at least I think we all just learned how to have different request thresholds in the same requester on LTN. Okay, there we go. Ooh, I just built a signal. That's disturbing. That means that signal wasn't there. Also, someone commented there is a ghost entity. There it is. It's in the unsorted entity ghost. You can deconstruct them. So, like right now, what I'm seeing is that there's 21 rails, 6 chain signals, and 4... Okay, where are they? They're in this corner. And there's a single rail signal somewhere in this area by the oil and gas unload. That's an easy way to find them. So it's somewhere around here. Or no, it's not. Okay. Thought that's where. Where's that coming from? It is right in that corner. I'm very confused. Yeah, it's right here. Oh, I'm not standing right there. I'm an entire city block above where I thought I was standing. There it is. Sweet. Okay, so that's an easy way to find things that you've missed, which is what I just wanted to do there. All right, now let's set this bad boy up. I think we'll have enough space here. We are going to need... maybe we won't have enough space. We are going to need hydrogen and nitrogen. I can fit a little bit of the buildings up in here, like the air filter and stuff. But purified water is a bother. Do we have that anywhere? I do. I only need 31 a second. Do I have enough extra from this other build? 156. I do. I did 2 buildings. So I'm gonna route that purified water over. So we already have that. And then I'm just going to get the nitrogen and hydrogen. Or no, the hydrogen comes from this, so it's only the nitrogen. Oh, I put that all in these buildings. I'm just a dingus. Okay, so 2 air filters. Oh, are you serious? They're so close to fitting. If I do them that way, there's probably not room. Oh, there is. Aha! There is room. Look at that. That's fun. Okay. So, 2 air filters. And then those are supplying a single chemical plant, which I'll put right here. And I don't need... Actually, wait. Yeah, I don't need the oxygen. So we just flare that away. And then we've got Mr. Electrolyzer Boy. Providing the nitrogen. This may be a bad spot. I might go up. And then an L here. And we'll just run it along the rails. The purified water, that is. Now, the only thing that I have yet to see exist, and I'm not sure if it ever could exist within the Factorio rules, would be a logistic pipe network. What if you just had one giant network of pipes, and for anything that only needed a small flow rate, it could just automatically clear the pipe network, only send what's necessary into the pipe network, then it would all be consumed. I don't know. That's most likely impossible, but... Wait, I just connected that to Steam. What am I doing? It needs to be 1 over. Okay, so we'll clear that, and... There we go, purified water. And that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pipe sections to connect it from all the way over here to here. I love it. Now, do I have tier 2 electrolyzers? I might, actually. I do. And their speed is 50% faster, so I don't actually need 2 of these. Do I also have tier 2 air filters? I do, and those are twice as fast, so I actually only needed 1 air filter. So let's fix that as well. We need a lot of steel pipes, though. They fit so nicely there, though. That kind of made me happy. Alright, so air filter. Let's try again. That's twice as fast. Electrolyzer. 50% faster. Now, the reason I'm using purified instead of regular water is because then we don't create slag, and we don't have to deal with slag, which is pretty nice. And now we have our nitrogen and oxygen available. So that takes care of that and that. This one creates the formaldehyde, which goes all the way to the end. Or nitrogen and hydrogen is what I meant to say, not nitrogen and oxygen. So this guy needs nitrogen, hydrogen. I'll line up one of them to be proper. I guess we'll just line this up here. So that'll be an L. This will just be 2 regular pipes. And then drop down an L extender. And then the red metal catalysts. Okay. So I'll just put those on the same belt. Red will go on you. Green will go on you. And there we go. We got ammonia. Coal we will need. Throw that in an inserter. Going this way. To make carbon dioxide and ammonia. Okay, we'll move that up to here. Oh, right, that's the one that uses ammonia. So then the carbon dioxide is made here. We'll do that, and then this. That's a few enough pipes, I'm fine just hooking them up that way. That takes care of these. Oh, and this makes purified water. Interesting. Okay, so what I actually need to do here is a top-up valve. And we'll just have a 20% top-up. And this needs to be connected over... let's actually do an L here. I should maybe make L's to have in my inventory. I use them so often. Okay, so then that water will go into this network, and that's a 20% top up, so it'll only add more in if this is almost empty. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. Okay, so we've got our urea. Now we just need formaldehyde. Oh, also, someone told me this, and I completely ignored it until just now when I remembered. I forgot that everything that uses metal catalysts creates the catalyst carriers. So, back to our resin thing, we're going to get a lot of metal catalysts as extras, and then Wasn't there something else that I was just using that just made that used catalysts? I thought I needed them in 3 places. But I'm having trouble remembering. Did I use them up here? No. Maybe it was something else I was considering, like to make methanol, I think is what it was. Regardless, I'm going to need to resupply these metal catalysts to... I'll just put this here to remember it. Basically, I'm going to provide them to the bot network. I just don't have a bot network yet. So for now, I'll just store all of them. Okay, and this grabs methanol and the catalysts. So I'm fine, like that. Really close to all this. Let's go a little farther. Okay, so we'll do that. And methanol will just pipe up. From here, is this one methanol? Methanol gas. It's the input. So that's right here. I will have pipe. And then I will have an overflow. It's actually going to get in the way. So I'll do that. Then we'll have an overflow. Actually, plastic and resin, is that... Yeah, I'm okay with overflow. We'll go underground again. I didn't mean to craft that. I wanted to grab it. I extension... I extension... Or that needs to be an L. I extension... We'll just do that. Alright, there we go. Get rid of the catalysts. Bing, bang, boom. I'm already making that. So now we need some chemical plant 2s. I can't make those yet. Chemical plant 2. Oh, huh. I would have thought that was something I could create. So we need 3 of those. Making liquid resin. Well, that's lined up perfectly. Got lucky on that one. We'll go that way. Like that. And then we'll need a few pipes. Connect this one down. This is a double. This is a double. To connect to that. Power everything up. This isn't running. Wait, I'm an idiot. No, I'm not an idiot. There we go. Okay, it is all right. All right, and then the actual resin is just assemblers. And just to make sure, liquid resin. Oh, we do use it in fiberglass boards. So, and that's needed for the modules and blue and purple circuits, which are the higher tiers. So I will need this in another place, but it's just I don't have the ability to easily transport barrels of liquid resin around, so for now I'll just transport the resin. And then that will come down. And voila, we have resin, which was a big pain in the butt, but we did it. And this will be if resin is less than, gosh, I don't know, 2,000. Provide threshold's very small on this, so. All right, that feels great. Ammonia and resins checked off the list, so let's check out red circuits now that we've done all that. We need monosilicon, which is provided in the network. We have silver plates provided in the network. We have plastic bars provided in the network. We have resin provided in the network. We have wood provided. We have tin plate, copper plate. We don't have electronics components. Why have I not put in the recipes for that? Solder comes from solder coil, so thankfully that's done. So we do have solder coils. Carbon. I don't have carbon, do I? I have omnified carbon. Should I also have regular carbon? Is the question. Where do I make omnified carbon? Does anybody remember? Right here. Oh, here. Okay. Yeah. Why don't I provide regular carbon too? Rather than have to make it fresh. So we will just split this off and have that come over. And load in. Okay, carbon. It's less than 5,000. Because we'll use that in a lot of places. Although I don't have enough coal for that, so let's stick with 3,000 for now. Yeah, I mean, that's another way that Omni is made more difficult, right? Because in Angels, in normal AngelBobs, everywhere that needs fuel, you can just use the carbon that you're already using. But here, omnified carbon and carbon are both separate. So wherever you need carbon or coke and fuel, you now need two separate things instead of one thing. Okay, so that's dealt with. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Iron ore, interestingly enough, I don't got. So I just gotta put that in here real quick. Which is interesting because I have it right here. So I can do this. And this is going to be strange, but it'll work. Pick up, drop off. I didn't even need that electric pole, apparently. And then, why don't we just extend this? And then I can have it do that. Oh, but now we need this to be a filter inserter. Pick up, drop off. Iron ore. Okay, got it going. And how much iron ore do I want? Probably not a lot. The iron ore is less than 2,000. Yeah, that seems fine. All right. So we got iron ore. Okay. That's everything, right? And saline water, let's just throw it into Hellmod to have it there. That's just going to come from this. We already know what water comes from, so. Oh, which means Omnite, though. Water comes from Omnite. So, I do need Omnite for this input. Alright. I think there's room in this block. Since I'm already making the other circuits in this block, I kind of want to make these circuits. And if I end up running out of space, I can make bots over here. So let's do a separate unload station for sure. And this episode is starting to run long, so we're probably not going to finish this, but I want to at least get it started. So we need that. We need unloading inserters. Right there. Need a warehouse. I already built a warehouse. Need to get these powered. Now there is already a water setup here. How much water am I using? 120 per second? I don't remember how much that provides. Let's... This might be the wrong recipe, because those recipes change as you get new levels of Omni water. So, like, the ratio here looks like it's the same. And the ratio here, Omnic water, looks like it's the same. Yeah, okay. So this is the current model. We can produce, if I do a similar, oops, that's not what I meant. If I do a similar limitation 1, then we can produce at most 820 water per second. Oh, that's actually almost a full pipe with 0.74 Omni, or Omnite. So this water right here is up to 800. And unless I'm mistaken, it's only getting... Oh, never mind. It's getting used for all the wood stuff. So we'll ignore that. We'll do a separate one. Request threshold. We'll stick with 400 for this one. Well, let's see. Because I'm just looking at rates of uses per second. So for silicon, it's 1.3... 1.6, 1.25. So 10 minutes worth of production. And then we'll just see a lot of... I think I'll go with 1,000. I'm okay with having a little bit extra, because that'll make the copper and tin deliveries less frequent, which is good. And we are going to need a lot of things here. We're going to need Omnite. Negative 1,000. Although that's going to be a short belt, so I won't have a lot on the belt. And we need wood. And I think I'll just do 1,500 for everything else. Mono... Oops. Mono silicon. 1,500. What else? We need iron ore. Negative 1,500. Why don't I copy that? Make myself a little happier there. Copper, we'll do 2,000, just because copper and tin plate I need a lot more of. That's only 200 seconds above the request threshold. And I could do the bigger request, you know, what's it called? Have I not signal? Oh, there it is. That was a problem. That's why nothing was showing up, and I ran out of trains. you know, I could do the thing where we request more and force a bigger threshold on copper and tin to be really efficient. Okay, now we need solder coils. That one's just the 1500 tin wire. Solder coil. Bam, bam. Carbon. Oh, I need a lot of carbon. 4 per second? Wow. I don't know if I was anticipating that much carbon needed. Silver plate. We need a lot of right now, but once we get the more efficient silver wire, we'll need a fourth of that. Alright. Monosilicon. Silver wire. Oh, plastic. What was it? 2000, I guess, because that's 4 a second. Iron ore we got. Wood we got. Resin. We've got no station supplying silver plate, plastic bar, or resin? That's not right. That's very much not right. I know for a fact there's plastic right here. There's 10,000 of it. But I'm an idiot. Forgot to attach this. There we go. Okay. So things are arriving beautifully. And then I think that's everything, right? We got those. That's... Yep. All right, now 25 electronics assembly machines. So I'm going to need to craft 1 million of those, which means I'm going to run out of stuff. So I've run out of iron plates at the moment. Basic circuits, regular circuits. Make sure I've got those. Grab some more iron. Steel, we're good. Okay. And let me grab more belts and inserters, because I will certainly need that, and power poles. So I'll go with 150 inserters, just because I know I'll use at least 50. I'll just grab all the belts you've got. Okay, power poles. Someday we'll have brass, and that would be nice. Alright. Looks good. Alright, let's get to building. I think I'll start on the back end as usual, and then I can move things around. 25 is a lot. Like a lot. More than I would normally build. I would normally be building like a third or a fourth of this size. So let's do some sort of vertical two-layer sandwich of 6 each. And there's 4 ingredients. Those 2 can be on a single belt. These each need their own belt, because they're 20 per second. So we're gonna need 3 belts. Can I even get that far? So I can do that, and then that, and then that. No, that. Yeah, that'll be all 4 types of ingredients. And that just looks like that. So that's like that. Oh, and then these, so we actually have to kind of balance it out, because the undergrounds will alternate like that. And then I'll just put Okay, so these also need to be different. Aha. Okay, so then these guys are going to need to grab from up. And then these will grab from down. These will grab from straight. Link like that. And then these need to grab from up. These two grab from down. There we go. These are the only two squares, so I can have this going on as well. Okay, and that leaves room for power poles. Alright, so that is the setup for 2. Pretty ugly, but it works. I mean, it's actually kind of elegant, now that I think about it. So then that would be 4, 6, 8. So that's 16. This would be 32, so that's too many. Take out 2, 4, 6. So that leaves me with 26. Perfect. Alright. Cover that all up. I'm very short on trains for the moment, but they'll catch up. So that's pretty intense. Oh wait, no, I said I was only going to do 4 per second of the actual circuits, because I wanted the extra stuff to go to making bots. So I can take off, this is 26 currently? Yeah, so I can take off 6 of these. So we'll cut it up to there. Okay. So that's all set up, and then I can make it skinnier if I use undergrounds. Do I care about that? Probably not. Okay. Copy. Copy. Alright. Power those up. Oops. Alright, so we got that done. Because all this stuff is pretty tight except for the components. Those are the only other things that have a lot. And then this one, which is a little different because it requires a liquid input. Crap on a cracker. I can't do assembling machine 2s, can I? Oh, thank goodness, I can. Which means I can make this a lot smaller, too. Okay, so let's go into here and modify our recipe. And then I think we'll be done with this episode once we get this next block put in. So we're going to use the red ones. Chord, play. That will save me a lot of space. A lot of space. Wow. So I can go down to 12. Okay, so let me just remove these. Thankfully, my setups will still work properly. Oh, no, I'm dumb. I need red circuits for these. But what I'm going to do, because I can replace these so quickly once I get red circuits going, is I'm just going to construct this in order to fit this number. So I am only going to do 12 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because as soon as these are running, then I can just remake the rest. So I'm happy with that. Alright, and then I'm actually going to run out of nanobots, which is funny. I'll make a few more myself. And then we basically can just copy this setup. Nope, liquid. I forgot about liquid. So the pipes, I'm out of everything. Everything that I'm building, at least. So let's figure out how I would do this setup here with pipes. I have 3 inputs. I actually... Normally, undergrounds wouldn't be helpful, but here they will be, because I can do that all along for ferric chloride. So I can get 1 belt there. And I can do that same thing to take advantage of undergrounds. So I've got something like this going on. And then we just need 2 belts. So then those can extend that way. The rate on each building is going to be 5 divided by over, so it's half per second of each of those. So a single stack inserter, even though it's extending a different distance, should be fine. And then flipping it is going to be interesting. I could just do that and have 2 belts of the other material. Or... yeah, no, I'll just do the same thing I did on the other one. Make these undergrounds. And then I can just flip that. And that all works. Power, though. I don't have power, strangely enough. And I can't get to those middle inserters with these power poles. Though I think making it a little bit taller is a worthwhile price to pay by just having a power pole here and there. Because I only need 12, so I can just do this. And then that will be making the red, whatever they're called. That'll go here. I meant to hit Control X. Definitely out of nanobots, but I'll go get some more and we will finish this in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.